It's the Mina's House Podcast, episode 141. I'm Mina SayWhat. Welcome.
I'm Shana B.
I'm Garnett Briscoe, a.k.a. Sherlock Homeboi.
Dexter One.
Hey. We made it to another week.
Guys.
We were literally just talking about how there's like not a lot of drama happening this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like residual drama from stuff that was happening last week. So, but yeah, the drama gives us stuff to talk about. Not that it's a good thing, but it does entertain us.
The entertaining thing.
Absolutely.
Definitely need it.
So, jumping right into it, did you see that Cardi gave Megan a Birkin bag?
Yeah.
I mean, I need to upgrade my friends, y'all.
With a personal message.
Hello.
Why is that so important?
Right. And you know what? We did see that Cardi gave Megan that Birkin bag because she posted it on Instagram, which is like what? Like when you get gifts, you send your friend a personalized thank you and you move on. Like when Beyonce sent her the flowers, why do we need to see the flowers that Beyonce sent you? Like that's what your friend sent to you. A personal thank you is sufficient.
First
girls
of all,
don't be out here buying girls Birkins.
Or sending them flowers. And these are not your average friends here. Hello. This ain't Shana sending me a little carnation.
But like,
don't blame me and say carnation.
What's with the flex though? We don't need the flex. And actually, if I'm your real friend, I'm like, wait. So when I give you stuff, you don't be posting. When this person gives you stuff, you post it. Okay.
Did they give her a Birkin? That's all I'm saying.
Right. So somebody please break this down to me. Like I understand a Birkin is a bag, right? But like, why is it so like?
It's a $15,000 bag.
What do you do? What does it come with?
And nothing. It comes in a little satchel.
Yeah.
And that's it. You take it out. It's a $15,000 bag. You have to reserve it. It's not like you can walk in and buy one. You have to actually tell them you want to buy a Birkin, and you have to come and pick it up, and you have to reserve it, and it costs a lot of money. And Megan's is personalized.
Right.
So it's not like
it has an image of her on it from the WAP video.
Right.
So this is a $15,000 bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It may be more. It starts at 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could go higher. So I was about to say, like, Drake out here buying people cars, $300,000 cars. Like, we talk about a Birkin, but yeah, I just didn't know the significance of the bags.
And like Mina said, it's the exclusivity. There's actually a funny, I don't know if it was on the Sex and the City, the movie or episode of when Samantha's trying to get a Birkin. And she goes to the store and she tries to order it, and they're like, okay, that one is going to be 9 months.
Right.
Like 9 months. So then she says she's working with Lucy Liu. And they're like, oh, we can get it to her tomorrow. So she's walking around with her Birkin. Like, that's how exclusive it is that you regular schmegular. I come in there and I'm like, oh, I want to give Mina space on there. They're like, yeah, that's going to be about 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. But it also, I think we're used to seeing men, like rich men, give women expensive gifts. This is a whole new age where we're seeing women give other women expensive gifts, and it's not even like they're not even having sex. It's just like, girl, I love you. Here's a Birkin.
Not quite. It's not quite, girl, I love you. Here's a Birkin. It's, girl, you helped me get a #1 record. Here's a Birkin. You helped me get that #1. Here's some flowers. So like,
right, but it's an appreciation. It's not like a little card. I just think that's fire. Like, they're not having sex. It's not normally you expect, you see them buying their significant others expensive gifts. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My friends, all they do is buy me 4 for $4. I can't tell you the last time my friend bought me something and it wasn't my birthday. Like, hey, Mina, just because.
We ain't got
right. Congratulations, girl. Congratulations, girl. Here's some new Fendi glasses. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, girl, I go half on you on dinner.
Cookies.
Right.
That's what they got to do the best they can with what they got. They're giving you the Beyonce treatment on their budget.
Right. I like your style, Dex.
No, Beyonce treatment is sending me flowers. I have never gotten flowers from a friend just because I be sending flowers and giving flowers to people. No one gives me nothing.
Aww.
It's okay.
Flowers, Mina.
I was gonna say we gonna.
Look, I'm gonna send you some virtually right now.
You see what I get? My friends,
flowers count.
No, they don't. They don't die.
They don't die. They last forever.
I want to see them die.
Always go back to your phone and look at them flowers.
All right, moving on. What's in my feed is always TikTok, and I thought this was an interesting thing. So Kanye was perusing TikTok with his daughter and realized how, I guess, raunchy or inappropriate TikTok is. And it's funny, we like to think of TikTok for kids, but think about some of the things that are on TikTok. Like, are they even appropriate for kids? So he said that he wanted to make a Jesus Talk for Christian music and make it a little bit, I guess, cleaner. I really like this idea. Like, do you think that people need to be making like separate social networks for kids and maybe have like a limit? Like, if you're over the age of 10, maybe you can't sign on. Like, because I just think that like there's no, back to our conversation from last week about there being a time and a place when it comes to kids. I feel like there's really no safe spaces out there for kids when it comes to social media.
Not sure what planet Kanye West is living on. You too, Mina, but their parental guidance is on like literally everything. If he didn't want his daughter to see that, he would have those parental guidances set up on there. Like,
I was going to say he never did it.
Yeah, you can't get social media unless you're a certain age, and you can't see certain things unless you meet certain requirements. So if he's scrolling that and it's on his daughter's phone, you probably shouldn't put that out loud because that means you failed because you never did the parental guidance stuff on there. It's even on the TV. It's everywhere. Parents just choose not to do it.
I know, but is the music censored? Like, can the kids do a TikTok to WAP, whatever it is?
Probably not, because that's listed explicit everywhere.
Right.
So,
but it even comes down to the music. I mean, if he wants to incorporate Christian music, he probably maybe feels like the music is inappropriate as well. You guys don't like that?
But you don't use Christian music on TikTok right now. So that's my other thing with him saying you got to create a separate one. There are Christian artists and gospel artists that use it for videos, but it does go back to how you manage it. You know, I know my niece, when she got a tablet, my sister didn't want her to have TikTok because there are some things that even with a parental guidance you can go. But I don't know what North is reading because I have TikTok and I don't have nothing explicit on my TikTok. Like, not one thing. Like, I don't even know who she follows, but that is not the people I follow, which does go back to that parental guidance, whether it's through an app or you actually making sure you're checking.
I actually love the idea. I'm always in favor of having an alternative to something that's already working. It's like, why not? It's not going to hurt anybody, and it's a platform to highlight just a certain thing. It's actually very specific, it seems like. So that can literally just be for that, and that can help somebody else create something maybe for another religion or maybe just for a whole nother genre where you can only come here to get rock music for a certain thing. But I honestly think it's a pretty smart idea. I think it's a healthy idea because that's also going to force TikTok and these other platforms to step their stuff up and have updates outside of that. So I think all around it's a win.
But that's what I was going to say. So is that idea for himself or for his daughter?
Definitely
why not
him.
TikTok? Because
Definitely
when you say, like the Christian thing, you know, they might not be trying to listen to Mary and Fred Hammond and who I'm trying to listen to, you know, on the gospel tip. So I think he said it in a way that, and this is what he does a lot, says it in a way that he wants it to be perceived one way, but he really means something else. Because it definitely sounds more self-serving to what he's trying to do and where he's trying to move. But he just added her in there like, you know what, because my daughter.
Now, I can definitely agree with that statement as well. I mean, you know, he's transitioning, I guess, into that phase of his life or phase of career. I'm not sure what to call it, but he's very into the Lord right now. So it definitely goes along with his brand.
I even think the move sometimes for these kids, I be watching, my godson's sister, and I'm be like, girl, are you popping your ass? You are 8 years old. And it be the moves. It's not, it doesn't even have to be the song sometimes. It's just the moves of little girl. You don't need to be popping nothing. You are not of popping age.
I also think this is a little odd that Kanye West is coming out with this criticism of TikTok after Donald Trump pulls this whole thing about him wanting to pull TikTok down. It kind of seems to me like you're doing that because you want people to turn on TikTok because Donald Trump is basically putting it out there, so you want to be on that same wave as him. Like that to me doesn't really add up.
I did think that when I saw him say that, I'm like, what is this campaign against TikTok? Like all the social media sites have something, on it that, is just not appropriate, I mean.
He knows Twitter does because he posted.
Right. So it's like, I mean, I think maybe because TikTok is targeted for kids. I mean, in Kanye's defense, not in Donald Trump's defense. I don't even know, nothing he says makes sense in my brain. But everything he does is self-serving. So it's like he has a campaign against China because he wants to blame the corona against them and not take any responsibility for his lack of leadership. So everything that's coming from China, he's like on a quest against. So it is what it is. But I kind of like the idea, All right. So PNB Rock, I thought it was, he said something that was really interesting because it's something that I've been thinking. So he said that a lot of the young guys that are putting out music right now, their music is like sad and depressing. And I remember like listening to Triple X, Juice WRLD, some of these younger guys, and I've been feeling like a lot of their music is like, I'm depressed, and he just said it, and I'm like, you know what? I was thinking the same thing. And I feel like music sometimes goes into these waves. Like we used to have like really hardcore music, like really like about the streets. And then it got a little conscious, and then it became about drugs. And now I feel like a lot of it is like, I'm depressed and sad. Like, first of all, do you guys agree with his assessment of some of the music?
Was his any better?
Oh my God, Dex.
I'm just curious. I mean, like, were you not making the same type of music? Like,
I don't think PNB Rock makes depressed. Like a lot of the music is like they're sad about girls and their heart is broken. And like
harmony and cadence of the song, and I think he is talking about like the actual lyrics,
right?
So, but I was gonna say that's a hard assessment because that generation, it doesn't really speak to me musically, so I don't really listen to a lot of it. I do, from what I understand, a lot of the kids do, and it does. I don't know if it just speaks more to the mental health of our young people, like what they are maybe going through or suffering through, because they live in a different age growing up than we did. We didn't have TikTok and Instagram and all these things that influence how they look and feel about themselves, that are like heavy influences on their mental state.
Yeah, I just feel like it was such a blanket statement that might end. You might end up getting in trouble for saying something like that, because there is people that have that certain kind of music out, just like what Shana said. Like, people going through a lot of things right now, and if you think that just because they're an artist that they're not experiencing up that mood as well, you got to be a little out of your mind. And then with the drugs and the lean and stuff, and you mix that all in. That's some of the music now, granted, he may not make it, or, the people that he listens to more often may not make it, but there's a whole generation of kids or a whole generation of artists that's just the trending, thing right now. So
it be making me depressed sometimes. I'm like, y'all need to be happy. Like, you alive? You woke up today? Like, I be listening to some of these albums, and I'm just like, yo, it's about suicide and depression and sadness and drugs and anxiety. And I'm like, yo, when I was that young, I wasn't that heavy.
But I think that goes to Garnett's point. I think, like, there's a really big push right now for men to be more open, especially Black men, to be more open about how they feel and how their emotional state and everything. And I think that music is very reflective of that. And like those same Black men that are growing up in these homes, like they want that outlet, and this artist is providing it for them. Like I remember when I'm gonna mess with his name, the one XXX Tentacion, like I listened to his music. But like when he passed away, there were so many people that were like, "Oh, he spoke to me. Like his words, like saved my life and stuff like that." And I think that people need that. They need that outlet the same way how back in the day, somebody on the street needed to hear Biggie Smalls. They needed to hear Tupac. I think somebody else needed Wale. But I think the kids today may need these rappers who are singing about things that we don't find to be like the most positive and uplifting.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, Garnett, you talked about how it's a blanket statement, and it was a blanket statement, just a general assessment, but then Rod Wave came out of his bag and started going in on an IG live and then started threatening him, talking about, oh, you gonna have to pay me to come through Florida, and it just really started attacking him, saying that he's gonna give people money if they see him, like be mindful of what you say on the internet. Like he came out really aggressive, and now there's a beef.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a little overboard.
Right.
And also I'm not saying it's impossible or anything like that, but there isn't a lot of people that have that much power to where you cannot come to somebody's state, not even like a city where you live at. I completely understand that, but most people can't run their block, run their neighborhood. Like, so you telling me if he's in Miami, because I found out Rod Wave, he's from Pensacola, Florida, which is northern Florida. So you tell that he is going to have to, I mean, granted, he should be going around with security anyway, but so he's going to have to change up everything, and you're not nowhere around every time he goes to Florida. I think that's not true.
Trip walking around LA, so we know that that's not true.
Wait, what?
Tekashi 6ix9ine was just crip walking around.
Well, it's like when you have security, you can, I'm not going to say pretty much do anything, but people don't want to get in trouble. And for him to even say that out loud, if that's the thing that he really wanted to focus on, it's like, why would you now incriminate yourself as the number one, person of interest if anything happens to PNB Rock in Florida?
Right. I don't understand. First one they calling. You might not have nothing.
Yo,
you're the first one getting called.
What beef was it where the guy made the no-fly zone? Do you remember that?
Oh, see, now he actually has power.
Right, wait, I can't remember.
Trick.
Yes.
Trick from Detroit.
Yes. And I was like, damn, you can't even fly over? Remember that?
Well, that was with Rick Ross, and Rick Ross.
Yes.
Yeah.
That night. Yep.
Because when you said that, I thought it was Donald Trump. That seems like something.
The artist noticed Donald Trump.
So the reason I brought this up was because something similar happened to me where I just made like a blanket statement and people started to jump on me. Now, it wasn't Rod Wave or anybody famous, but I don't know if you guys heard of the story about the Seahawks player, the cornerback, who tried to sneak his girlfriend in, dressed as a player, to the hotel room where all the other players were staying during training camp. And he got caught and they fired him. So Gilly, who has his own podcast, was going off on a video talking about, you fired this man over some P word, some vagina, that's terrible. You ruined that whole man's career. So he starts going in on the NFL and the Seahawks organization and all of that. And I just felt like, why are you blaming the NFL? I just felt like it was like a way of not accepting responsibility or not making the person who made the mistake accept responsibility. So I simply wrote, the problem is that some people put vagina over their careers. Child, why did I say that? Men started attacking me. What are you talking about? He made it to the NFL. What kind of bullshit is this? People, one guy started to come at my career. Like, right. And one guy started talking about my vagina. Like, first of all, sir, this isn't about me, my career. I've been doing my career for 15 years. I never did nothing stupid to get me, expelled from my career. So I'm not on trial here, but it's like people be making these decisions and they don't put priority or importance on their career sometimes or their job. They prefer to do other things. And this is what happens. You were irresponsible. You put your team in jeopardy because you don't know if this hoe got corona, and you sneaking her in. And it's like, I put a blanket statement and some men agree with me and some men attacked me.
I think, I don't think they should have attacked you, but I do understand it because you struck a chord with that. Like that's a very aggressive and true statement, and especially in this manner. But I don't think it's a problem. I think that if he was somebody of stature, maybe he don't lose his job. Like I think
right.
That's what people may be getting at too. Because if that was maybe
Russell.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
If it's Russell Wilson sneaking in Sierra. I mean, but contract-wise, yeah, of course they can't do it. But, like, are you not going to do that anyway? That's the best player on your team. So I feel like maybe what he was leaning towards is maybe you didn't have to just fire him. Maybe that's a conversation, suspension, and maybe go from there. But if you don't have that power, you can't do that.
Well, in my back and forth, I was telling people, like, he's a rookie. He's unsigned, so he just got on the team. He just got on the team in April. We've been in the corona. So it's not like you played, bruh. So you literally just got signed and you're already doing dumb stuff. Like, no, you putting vagina over your career. You just got here, bruh. You can go.
Over your career, also over the safety and of the team and the NFL in general. Because if one of those guys got sick and didn't get tested and got on the field, and you spread that, like you did that just by bringing a woman into like the bubble, basically. That wasn't, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I thought it was very creative. Yeah. Just saying. I thought it was very creative, and he should have maybe got a job on the game entertainment staff, because the fact that he thought about that and had her dressed up as a player, like, that was not a simple thought. Like, they had a conversation like, okay, so what we going to do? I'm going to put this on you. You going to wear the Scully. Like, I thought it was actually super.
Ciao.
No, but that's the thing. That's probably why he got fired. He spent too much time.
Right.
It's just like, what are you doing?
That's what I said.
Playbook.
That's exactly what I said when my back and forth. Like, you busy trying to figure out how to sneak this chicken when you should be studying the playbook, because you don't know. You might get a chance and you got to go out there and play,
They're like, we saw on camera you were holding this guy's hands. Why would you hold his hands?
He probably out of himself because he would get in trouble. But I do definitely agree with Garnett that had this been a player, regardless if it's stupid or not, had this been a player of stature, he would have maybe got suspended. He would not have got fired. The reality is, yes, there is a danger to the whole NFL in the season by breaking the rules, and I'm sure they went over that. So that's number one. But the other thing is they are looking to cut some of the roster spots because we won't have to. So you just made it easier for us. That's how they look at it.
Yeah.
But I was just amazed. Someone came for my vagina.
Yeah, you struck a chord with the men. They don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear the truth sometimes.
Well, I think the chord that I struck was with the men that have put women, ahead of their career.
Jobs,
Right. And it's like, I try not to attack people because I don't like when people personally attack someone over their opinion. Like, okay, you don't like my opinion, but you're going to come from my whole life. Like, this conversation isn't about my life. It's about my opinion. But I really wanted to say to a lot of these people, like, what career do you have? Okay.
Okay.
So you don't know what it takes. You don't know the discipline and the focus that it takes to make it in some of these careers. Therefore, you would never understand what it's like to shut down a relationship or shut down someone of the opposite sex so you can focus on your career.
And I was going to say, I don't think your statement was so blanket. You didn't say that's why all men do da-da-da-da-da. You were just simply saying
some
there
people,
are people
right,
that do this and put it above their career. It would have been blanket if you said that's what y'all men do. Y'all put
I didn't even say men.
Right, and you didn't say that. So, it did just probably struck a chord with those men that have done it before.
Yeah, and plus, like, it doesn't just stop at this situation. There are plenty of men that you can name that are in our families, in our churches, and like other celebrities, like who work other jobs. There's other public figures who have gotten divorced and lost their wife because they've cheated on them. Like there are people who have cheated on their wives and they have to give up half their fortune. We know that. So like you can't look at that statement that you made and say like, oh, that's a bad statement. Like there's proof like that this has happened. And it's not like every guy fits into this category, but there is a good majority that does, and we have proof of that.
Yeah. I just think if I just got into my career and I just got hired, my priority is not going to be, let me sneak in this man. My priority is going to be, if I'm serious about this, my priority is going to be, let me study the playbook, let me condition, let me get a good, nice rest so I can be productive on the field, not let me get my, what?
How long has it been exactly?
He got hired in April.
No, but I'm saying, like, how long has it been since he's seen a woman?
Probably not a long time because they just started reporting the training.
Right.
So it couldn't have been that long.
Longer than 2 weeks. If it's longer than 2 weeks, I can give him a little sympathy pass.
It might have been, but I was going to say, what the plot twist was probably is that he definitely wasn't the only player doing it. He just
absolutely not. He's supposed to do it.
Well, it's nice to hear that you guys agree with me because so many people came at my neck. So I didn't care though. I'm built for this. I'm ready for the smoke. Y'all want to go? We can go. The guy that talked about my vagina, I'm like, yours must be little because no real man talks to a woman like that. So, all right. So our topic for today, Dex, courtesy of Dex the One, is about like weird things that you do that you don't find weird, but other people are like, what do you do that?
Yeah, and also like, so I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and like I was under the influence, so I was thinking like,
oh, you was on them gummies.
I was thinking in a different mindset, and I was like, because I watch wrestling, and I said like, and people always say it's like weird or whatever. People always say that, but like I don't think that it is. But like I said to myself, is that weird? And I said to him, like, is it weird that I watch wrestling? And I was really like open and serious about it just to see like what he would say. He said it's not, but like, you know how like you do certain things that you find absolutely normal, but other people will look at it and be like, I don't know about that. That's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot of people who watch wrestling anymore. Like when I was a kid, a lot more people used to watch, but like back to some of our previous conversations, I think it's like, it's kind of watered down a little bit over the years, just the enthusiasm, but I don't think it's weird. I find it very niche. It's a niche thing right now. I don't know do you guys know anybody else who watches wrestling?
Yeah. So I actually used to.
Oh.
The Rock left, and then it was all over for me because I wasn't entertained anymore.
Girl, that was the entertainment.
I was in my adult life, watching it. And I was going with my stepdad, who was older than me. So, he was an adult man that was still into it. His brothers would go. I know even working at an NBA team, like a lot of the players would go. So I don't think it's weird. I just, because we know you, we know how important it is. So sometimes it's just like, all right, next week I go because wrestling.
Yeah, I was trying to make our podcast days on Monday, and Dex was like, I watch wrestling. And I was like, okay, not on Mondays.
See, and go ahead, Cardi.
No, I was gonna say I don't think it's weird at all. I feel like wrestling is actually like booming again right now. They got their own network. I know a lot of people that's like older than me that was really into it. I used to be into it, but they're back into it again. I think well, somebody that I know that's popular, Wale, he tweets about it a lot, you know, on Twitter and posts pictures on Instagram about it. And I think, you know, that brought a lot of awareness too to maybe people that don't check it out as much. But I think wrestling is actually pretty dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It really validates the guys.
Yeah, people think it's weird that I watch like crime, murder shows. I watch them all the time. Like on my TV, when you come in, it's going to be on Oxygen, the ID channel. I'm watching We or Ion for Law and Order Criminal Intent.
I didn't know that.
Over to USA for Law and Order SVU. But that's I'm over here with that. Like I can tell you about it. Yes, and that's like I'm lasered in.
I do like Law and Order. I can do like the Chicago shows, the 911 show. I do those shows. But when it gets to like Snapped and Criminal, first of all, it scares me. It gives me nightmares. It's like that kind of stuff is just real. So that I don't do. I don't think it's weird, but like it's scary to me.
People think you're weird because of that? Really?
Yeah, guys especially. Guys
really?
Yeah. Why you keep watching these murder
you trying to plot?
That's
actually like, oh wait a minute, I ain't see this one.
Nah, that's actually how I grew up. I remember going to my grandma's house being little, and she used to leave her TV on that channel, and we just used to watch the A&E.
She probably was watching Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, yep. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and hear that the song in the back. I remember that now, but I once again, I don't think that's weird. I still watch it. I love Law and Order shows. I think all of them are phenomenal.
People say I'm weird because I put ketchup in the fridge.
I don't think that's weird, but I wouldn't do it.
Why?
I need room temperature ketchup. That's all.
No, it can go. Then it has that water that comes out before it. Like
you spray that to the side.
No.
This is my theory, right? This is my theory. Most of the times, if you're using ketchup, right, you're putting it on something hot. So I wouldn't want to put something cold on like French fries. Like I'm not dipping a hot French fry in cold ketchup. I'd rather room temperature.
I just think it's going bad. Like it's separating. All that water, that's the bacteria that's formulating.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's necessary. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm supposed to if it's open.
Right.
But it's crazy though because we also get those ketchup packets from like the stores or whatever. And put those in the cabinet. You don't.
No, I put them in the fridge.
Put those in my fridge.
No, I put them in the fridge. I got a container.
I was gonna say I have weird things like if I'm out, I don't mind it being room temperature, but when I'm home, I gotta put my ketchup in the fridge. But those packets, I don't put in the fridge.
Dang, yeah, we're the same page.
I put mine in the fridge. I got a little separate box in my fridge where I put all the condiments that I get for free. You know, like the butter, the syrup, you know, the hot sauce, the little packet from the Chinese food place. My cousins be making fun of me. They're like, Mina, you cheap as hell. I don't care. It's in the packet. I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it. I got mustard. I got mayo. What you need? If we go on a picnic, I take my little things all out of the little bag and put it in the picnic. I put that.
Are you checking those expiration dates? Because they sound like they could be in there for a minute.
They don't expire.
It doesn't expire.
No, it's in the fridge.
Oh Lord, I've never had a little packet at Mina's house. You offer me a packet, I'm like, nope. But speaking of weird, or is it weird? My girlfriend Tasha, she asked us the other day on her IG, and this might be different for the guys because I don't know if y'all do it, but in terms of pajamas. So she was saying, do you fold it and put it back in the drawer? Because she had a conversation with somebody that said they do. Do you put it on your bed or your pillow, or what do you do with it? And all these people were saying they fold their pajamas and put them back in the drawer, and I was confused. I was like,
what?
Sleeping it the night before? Like, aren't you like a little sweaty? Like, why would you want to play with the clean clothes?
Right.
So I don't know what y'all did. Like, so I'm going to say for me, that's if I have pajamas on. But as if I wear them, I normally have like a corner on my bed or something that I set them to, unless I'm putting them in the hamper because I'm moving on, you know, to another set.
Yeah, I fold them and put them behind my pillow. I would never put them in with the clean clothes. They're dirty. I wore them already.
No, but some people say they do.
I agree. I think you're right. I'm for me, maybe not Garnett, but for me, I think you guys do a lot more than I do. I kind of, I mean, it's usually like I don't really like wear like pajamas all the time, but like it's probably like underwear. And in the morning, I just kind of step out of them and go about my day.
You wear tidy whities to bed, Dexter?
No, they're like boxer briefs. if I wear them, because sometimes I don't, especially when it's hot, they're just on the floor. To be honest with you, it's dirty. Like sometimes I'll pick them up and put them in the dirty clothes thing, but if not, like they're probably on the floor. Like right now, they're probably on the floor.
And then you just put them on at night again?
No, I'm not gonna put them on again. I'll pick them up and put them in the.
Okay.
Dirty clothes yet.
Yeah.
I don't like wear, I guess, traditional like pajamas. I'm wife beater and briefs. Like that's it. But if I do have something on, it'll be shorts, and I'll just put it to the side. I'm not putting it in a hamper or anything like that. Like I'll just put them to the side. That's probably what I'm walking around in.
Same page.
Some people say I'm weird because I have to brush my teeth when I get up. Like, that's the first thing that I do. And I feel like this is dirty, people, but like, I literally can't even have a conversation. I can't lay in the bed. Like, I can't do anything if I don't brush my teeth. I just feel super uncomfortable. So that's literally the first thing. Like, if you're trying to have morning sex, I literally got to go and brush my teeth first and then come back to the bed.
That's
because
the whole mood up. Like, oh wait,
I can't. All I can think about is my breath if I don't brush my teeth in the morning.
I don't think that's weird, and I'll raise you one. People tell me that I'm weird. Back when the office was open, like I would brush my teeth at work. Like I have to brush my teeth 5 times a day. Like I just can't. Like not.
5.
Yeah, like I'll brush it like when I first wake up. Then sometimes I brush it as soon as I get to work. And then I'll like work for a little bit. Then I'll brush it for lunch. And then I brush it as soon as I get home from work. And then you eat dinner at some point after that. Then I brush it again before bed.
Why do you have to brush it as soon as you get to work? If you just brushed it at home,
it's just
drank coffee
in the car. Like you just never know. Like so, I'm just like, let me just go ahead and freshen up one more time.
You don't want to like just a little mint, like pop a little mint in there.
Like when I tell you mints, I carry around like cases of Altoids. I mean, like, you'll never catch me with bad breath. It'll never. It's impossible.
Good to know.
Let's be prepared.
That's weird. 5 times?
5 times a day, yeah.
You on vacation? You still do 5 times a day?
No, I mean, like, during quarantine, I haven't been doing 5 times a day. Maybe, like, 2 or 3, just because I try to do it after I eat now.
Okay.
Child, you gonna brush your enamel away. How about you, Garnett? Anything you do that's weird? Considered weird?
At least not that I've been told. I mean,
you don't pee or poop on people during sex? Anything?
No, I'm not into anything.
Well, we know he kisses people during the coronavirus.
Maybe if that's weird. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, outside of just like, I talk to myself. I guess people would consider that weird. Like, sometimes I may.
No, we all talk to ourselves.
No choice.
I be having full arguments to myself. Like, this is what I'm going to say. And if he says this, I'm going to say this.
Don't say that.
And then I'm going to say this after I say that because I got to make sure I address this. No, we all talk to ourselves.
That's about it. But other than that, at least nobody told me anything.
If you take a number 2, do you look at it and or smell it?
I'm not smelling it, but yeah, I definitely take a look at it.
You gotta look at it.
Make sure it's right.
And
you look at it in the toilet or on the tissue?
Both.
I do a combo.
You have to do both. You have to see what's going on.
So I wouldn't know what's going on. Not saying that I do this, and I'm just saying, like,
sometimes you just gotta make sure you're okay. Like,
right.
Make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm not smelling it though. I'm not.
No.
I'm clumsy. I fuck around and put my nose. No way, my nose too big for that, man. I don't need to get close up. I'm good.
No, you gotta look at it to see if it's chunky, if it's like, hard, soft. You know, it's an indication of your health and your digestion. So, yeah, I don't know I don't really do anything weird.
Does your dog sleep with you?
Hell no.
Because I think they're so weird that people sleep with dogs and kiss dogs in the like that stuff.
No. The dog be outside. Why would it be in the bed with me? I don't even like people sitting on my bed with their clothes on.
Neither do I.
Outside clothes.
Right.
Outside
like
clothes.
You smell like outside. You take them clothes off before you get on my bed. My bed hasn't been outside.
Speaking of weird, I was watching Married at First Sight, and the girl told her new husband, like, no, you don't put a suitcase on the bed. You know, that's outside. And I'm like, right, girl, yeah, we don't do that. And then she had a conversation with him, like, but you don't pee in the shower? And I was like, wait a minute, okay. You don't want this outside suitcase on your bed, but you okay with just normally peeing in the shower.
Is that not a normal thing? I know for girls, right? Garnett, do you do this?
But that's what I'm saying. Girls is different. We got a wife.
Bro, like, not since I was, like, younger. Like, I'm talking like you do that as, like, a child. Other than that, like, I mean, like, to me, I always go to the bathroom, like, literally right before I get in the shower. Like, that's, like, a automatic thing for some reason. Like, so when I hear the water, I automatically go to the bathroom. Then get in the shower. That's it.
I've peed in the shower.
Like, listen, I'm not saying that I haven't. Everybody has, but she was saying it's a normal, like.
No, it's like maybe once every 2 weeks. Yeah, like, or, you know, like it just.
What you say, Mina? Once every 2 weeks?
Yeah, like once a month, once every 2 weeks, like. You know, sometimes you just get the urge when you get in the shower. You know, it's like you didn't have it before. I'm not gonna get out the shower and wet. You know, my all my stuff, like, okay, I'll go in the shower. But you have to clean it afterwards.
So and that's too much work. So I'd rather just have a wet toilet.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying that's too much work to be cleaning after I took that shower. So I'm just gonna go have a wet toilet real fast.
I would never do that when I'm showering with someone though. That's disgusting.
No, unless they into it.
But I have peed in the shower. Like sometimes when I'm in there, the water makes me want to pee.
So it runs down your leg.
No, I make sure. Well, this is a little uncomfortable, but I make sure that it doesn't run down my leg. It's like when you're peeing in a bush, you know, like when you pee outside and you pee in a bush.
Then you're doing too much. With me, I just aim it right to like the.
But you have a penis. I don't have that.
Then you need to get out the shower and sit on the toilet. Like, you can't do that.
No, I can aim too. I just gotta pretend I'm like doing it in a bush, like outside. You know.
You better be washing your feet too.
Right.
Yes, I have a pumice a stone from my feet. Okay. Okay. So I guess maybe that's disgusting / weird.
Maybe.
You say every 2 weeks, once a month. I was expecting you to say like twice.
No, I mean it happens sometimes. I'm in the shower, I feel like peeing. I'm not gonna come out and pee and then come back inside. I'm in the shower. The water's running already. Like,
isn't that the worst though when you get in the shower and then you realize you got to take a number 2? You're like, come on.
That I will get out for.
When you got to, but I'm saying it's just like the concept of it just makes you so angry.
I actually go right in the shower.
Go where in the shower?
Number 2.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
He's a liar.
You're a whole lie.
You're a liar. Yeah, nah. If you pee in the shower, you got to make sure that you don't pee where you ain't stepping it, because that's disgusting. Those are the peeing shower rules.
Gotta wash your feet.
You got to make sure that it goes, like you do it straight so it goes right down the drain. You can't be doing it on the corner, on the side. It got to be right in the middle of the shower so it goes right down the drain.
Man.
And then you got to clean it with bleach afterwards. I have this little bleach spray. So I'd just be like, with the bleach spray. And then I got my little thingy that I clean it with, and that's it.
I just read that the urine actually, it's scientifically, they say it's healthy to do that in the bathroom because the urine cleans any fungus that's on your feet. But you have to
see, that's why I ain't got no fungus, y'all.
I ain't got that neither. But I'm not doing that.
Have somebody pee on your feet then.
What happened?
Have somebody pee on your feet then.
Nah, I'm good. I'm not stepping in it. I want it to go down the drain. I feel like I'm weirded out if I'm stepping in it. All right, well, that's the weirdest things that I do, guys.
I can't think of anything else that I do that's like weird. I mean,
No.
I jump down rabbit holes often on social media, which
Yes, you do.
Of it, I'm like, this was a little weird.
I don't really think anything is weird. It's just preference. You know, people are different. You know, some people sleep naked. Some people don't. Some people eat before they brush their teeth. Some people brush their teeth before they eat. It's just, you know, preference. Mm-hmm. It's just adapting. So
some shit is a little weird.
I don't know. I think the weirdest thing I ever ran into with a guy was like he sucked my toes, and it was like the first date, and I'm like, you know.
Now, people have like foot fetishes though.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say.
I think that's a little extreme, like to have like a fetish over there. But like, I mean, like we all have some type of like thing that we do that's kind of like, if you love it, if you like it, I love
it. Anybody having sex with animals or like watching it, that shit is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
That is
you found one.
Yes, that's definitely one. Yeah, or kids, or yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's weird on another level. I agree with that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
You like to watch animals give birth though. Like from time to time, I'll look at those videos.
No,
it's fascinating the way like the body works. And like how like with these pigs and stuff like that, and like dogs and stuff, like it blows my mind to know that there's creatures that do that kind of stuff. Have you ever seen a deer give birth? Like they really just
never.
Disgusting.
No.
It's like an elephant.
Yeah.
Like when they give birth.
Or those people that like to watch videos of popping pimples. I'm like, why?
I cannot do that.
Like, why?
The nastiest, most like satisfying thing to look at. Like I'll literally be like, ew, but like I can't turn away. So I try not to, because once I see one video, I want to see like 10 more. No, I'm good.
See, that's a little weird.
That is weird. That is weird.
Yeah.
Bit much.
How about this? When I meet a guy, I don't think this is weird, but when I meet a guy, I ask his sign, and then I Google how my sign is against his. Is that a little crazy?
That's not weird.
Yeah.
What?
It's weird if you act on it. Like if he says, I'm an Aquarius, and you look it up, you're like, what Taurus and Aquarius, where are they at? And it says, oh, they probably won't get along. You're like, I can't be with you no more.
Yeah. That would be the weird part.
I don't date Geminis. Because of what their astrological sign says.
Don't listen to that.
It's true. It be true with the Geminis.
I am a Gemini. It's not true.
I've never dated you.
I'm just saying, you can't go by that. Although sometimes I do agree that around, I don't know if it's just like a earth feeling thing, that people born around the same time tend to have a lot of similar traits. But I don't fall into that because everybody's different.
Yeah.
I don't hold it against you, I should say.
I never dated you, so I don't know your Gemini crazy tendencies.
Listen to the wonderful Gemini men. We have Tupac, hey, my husband. We have Donald Trump. We have Kanye West. We have Prince. We are very eclectic over here.
Hello.
I hope it's there.
That's not helping, right? That's not helping your cause here.
Prince and Tupac. I did those other ones on purpose.
But even Tupac had two sides. He had like the revolutionary, dear mama side, and then the, I'm gonna bust you in, capping your ass side. Yeah. You ain't know which Tupac you getting. Are we?
I love them both.
Or are we shooting people? What are we doing here? So, all right, guys. Well, that was a weird conversation, but I learned so much about all of y'all.
We learned a lot about you too.
It was a lot.
I didn't realize peeing in the shower standing up is like inappropriate.
It's okay, just not every other week.
Right.
No, it happens like maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month. I don't know what triggers it. I'm just in the shower and the water makes me want to pee. I don't even know. It's not like I do it every day or every time I'm in the shower. It's just sporadic. I have no idea what triggers it. I can't even begin to explain it to you, but it never crossed my mind to gotta get out of the shower and go pee. I'm wet. I'm gonna sit on the toilet wet and
Yep.
Yeah.
girl, no, that's too much.
That's going dry anyway.
Yeah.
Girl, that's how you get pneumonia. You come out that steaming hot shower. I take hot showers.
You come out of this steaming hot shower in the bathroom to use the toilet. That's how you catch pneumonia.
Yes, because it's cold. Because you go from hot to cold.
It's steaming
You will
hot.
survive.
Nope.
Think about our ancestors. You will survive.
Well, that wraps things up. This is a very uncomfortable podcast. I'm Mina SayWhat.
I'm Shana B.
Garnett Briscoe, a.k.a. Sherlock Homeboi.
Dexter 1.
And this is the Mina's House Podcast, episode 141. Thanks for listening.